Okay, game. Yun. So, what's up, Team Bear? Berry again, back with another video. So, today is April 18, 2024. So, it's a very sunny Thursday and actually super init right now in the province, no? So, ang main goal lang natin in this video is to become updated, no, on what's happening with the markets. Lalong-lalo na in the US market since sobrang laki na rin and sobrang lakas na rin ng sell-off. And as well as the PSE, lakas din ng sell-off, no? So, we're preparing ahead, no, for the potential bounce or counter rally. So, if you're a swing trader, I think this is a great video na pwede mong tignan. So, we will be looking for potential market opportunities and as well as yung current market narratives na at play right now in the US market, PSE, and as well as crypto market. So, may Bitcoin having time upcoming in the crypto market. So, I think maganda rin i-discuss yun later on. So, starting with the US market. So, let's dig into it dito sa SPY natin, sa S&P 500 ETF natin. So, the S&P 500, laki ng pullback, no? From peak to trough, around 5% down na tayo, roughly 4.5% from peak to trough, from the swing high to our current low. So, even breaching below the MA50, no? Yung S&P 500 natin. So, MA50 is this blue line. And right now, it's creating this somewhat channel, no? So, for the past 3 months, lakas ng rally ng S&P 500 of the SPY. So, from the start of December hanggang March or end of March, nag-rally yan, no? So, halos 10% run up, 12% run up din yan from its all-time high breakout. So, looking at the SPY, at the big picture, still on a great uptrend, still on a strong uptrend. You have your MA100 trending upward. You have your MA50 still trending upward. And ang pinaka red flag na lang red flag natin right now is yung MA20 natin is right now inflecting downward, no. So that's a sign of short-term weakness. So basically your past 20-day buyers are now really selling hard or really committed in selling their holdings. So MA50 still doing okay, no? MA100 is still doing okay. So, nag-break below sa channel, then right now creating this pullback channel or downward channel toward 500 level of our S&P 500. So, nasa round number level na tayo in our S&P 500 as well as this NVDA earnings gap support level. So, this is our key level right now, no, in the S&P 500. I think ang pinaka line on sand natin for the S&P 500 is roughly around 495 actually. If it closes below or breaks below 495, that's gonna be a bad sign for S&P 500, no? And I think maybe we will do a possible counter rally toward 510 or 512, no? Maybe retest this MA50 line, no? Or pwede rin even do a bear trap, no, in this MA50 line. So that's the best bull case scenario for the S&P 500. Para rin mag-create ng repair structure, no, this coming or in this Q2, no. I think for Q2 a possible bull case scenario for SPY is a counter rally and a recovery above MA50 and create this pwedeng ascending triangle or box consolidation range, we don't know. Isa yun sa mga possible scenarios. We can also anticipate a possible counter rally lang toward MA50 and another down move toward 495 level. So right now we are extremely oversold, but looking at the lower time frame including your extended trading hours, we are seeing some signs of buying pressure na rin right now, no. We are seeing some buying pressure right now. Since we are at the support trend line or at the support of this channel, no, or at the channel support level. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, we are we are forming a channel or downward channel, pullback channel, and nandito na tayo sa lower range or lower bound of our downward channel. So we might possibly experience a counter rally. So price action standpoint, in terms of buying pressure for our 1 hour time frame, we can see an RSI bear div, I mean an RSI bull div or bullish divergence. So we have a lower low in price, but somewhat the same levels of low in RSI. So that's a good sign of buying pressure actually. So that's a leading sign of pent up demand, no, for our SPY. So main bias for me is a possible counter rally toward 512. So same with the Qs, no? Actually, medyo magkaiba sila ng structures. So the Qs came from this 1 month range and then breaking down below this consolidation range, no? So right now, the support level na tinatahak ng Qs is yung NVIDIA earnings gap. So parang tinetest niya na tong lower or lower bound ng range na to or lower bound ng earnings gap na yan. So if hindi niya ma-hold tong 424 level for our Qs, the Nasdaq 100 ETF, then that's a bad sign for our Mag7 names. So Mag7, I think still doing good, no? Still doing good in terms of structure, still inside this consolidation range, although breaking below this MA50 line, no? So price ano lang naman to, price weighted Mag7 index. Sayang hindi natin ma-include yung market cap. Much better if included yung market cap. But ito lang yung current capabilities ni TradingView right now. So I think Mag7 is still a good setup for me. Although we can see some signs of head and shoulder pattern, no? So we can dig lower or go granular dito sa ano natin sa S&P. I mean our Mag7 index, no? So we can see a possible or a potential or emerging head and shoulder pattern. So you have this left shoulder, you have this head, a sign of bull trap, but super faint lang siya. Hindi naman siya yung tipong super breakout and then reject, no? But ayun, it's a sign of a reversal pattern for our Mag7 names. So in our 2-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame, our MA100 is inflecting downward, our red line, no? Yung red line natin. So that's a bearish sign, no, in the short term for our Mag7 index. So ayun, bull case for Mag7 is a recovery above 2,440 level. So price weighted Mag7 index, no? But all in all, looking at the individual names of our Mag7, I think Amazon is doing a nice pullback toward MA20. Meta as well is pulling back toward MA50. NVIDIA, ito lang, medyo cautious ako with NVIDIA right now. Sana hindi mag-break below MA50 yung NVIDIA natin right now. If NVIDIA sells off way below MA50, yun talaga, malaking correction yung may experience sa market. But ayun, next, looking at Tesla, also one of the Mag7 names, still in a downtrend, testing 155 level swing low support, no, from March 2023 low. So Microsoft, looking at Microsoft, breaking below MA50, no, our blue line. So that's a bad sign for Microsoft right now in terms of its market structure. So sayang hindi to na hold tong box range na yan and this box range as well. So bull case for Microsoft, if it recovers above 420, that's gonna be a good sign for this name. So malapit na yung earnings na, around 8 days na lang before its earnings release, no? So out of all Mag7 names, I think ang pinakamalapit is Microsoft. Next is I think Google. So Google, out of all Mag7 names, I think siya yung pinaka-resilient enough. And looking at the market structure as well, remove lang natin yung drawings. Looking at the market structure as well, still in this fresh all-time high breakout, no? So nag-all-time high breakout siya, multi-year breakout to actually. So from 2021, nag-range lang yung Google natin from $85 up to $150, and right now almost ilang weeks na rin to above all-time high or above this 2021 high. So almost 5 weeks na rin siya, no? So bound to pull back na rin yung Google natin. Might do a retest or a retest of 150 level. So that's a buy on support opportunity for Google, no? So lapit na rin ang earnings na, April 25. So kasabayan niya yung Microsoft actually, no? So that's our Mag 7 name. So let's move forward toward our heat maps, no? So our weekly heat maps. So far, our weekly heat maps all over the board showing some signs of strong sell-off, broad market sell-off. Ang mga malalakas lang natin right now for this week is SMCI out of all semiconductor names or electronic technology names. In terms of finance names, malakas din yung sell-off in Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan. Ang mga resilient enough natin is Charles Schwab. So maganda yung earnings na. Maganda yung earnings reaction din ng market, no? Towards the earnings. So WFC as well, and I think PNG, ano ba yun? PGJ ba yun? I mean, PGR pala, PGR. Yun. One of the finance names na malalakas. So Multi-Line Insurance. Recently released its earnings for around 5 days ago, and slowly creeping upward yung mga finance names na yun. So I think okay yung mga ano natin, yung mga multi-line insurance, specifically PGR. Ito, Charles Schwab, more on asset management. Asset management. So, in terms of tech services, you have your Meta down 3% halos. CRM, Salesforce down 7.4%. Microsoft as well is down 2.45%. So, across the board, in terms of automotives, dito sa consumer durables natin, strong sell-offs in Tesla, Ford, GM, Rivian, halos lahat. OLATs, no, in our consumer durables. In terms of producer manufacturing, we have some resilience in GE, no, for this trading week. I mean GE Aerospace, no, so that's an aerospace and defense name. So actually there is an emerging setup in GE Aerospace, no. So this is a tight flag or high tight flag or a possible or simply a pennant continuation, no? A pennant continuation, and it's a possible setup na pwede mong i-trade. So lapit lang na earnings niya. So if you're gonna trade this, maybe dapat 1 day or 2 days before its earnings, dapat nagbebenta ka na. So we also don't know if this is a possible pre-earnings swing play pa. Hindi natin alam, pero I think just wait for the earnings reaction mo na, no, for GE. Anyway, moving forward in terms of retail and trade, halos lahat is down. So Home Depot is down 5%, Alibaba down 7.5%. So halos lahat ng retail trade natin is down due to that sentiment na ayun nga, higher for longer yung current narrative natin right now. Due to increasing inflation and the Fed's current stance in cutting interest rates, no? Parang nag-wane or humihina na yung interest rate optimism, no? Interest rate cut optimism. So, ilang minutes in na ba tayo? We are 13 minutes in. So, next is our consumer durables. So, ang pinakamalakas is Nike, 5% up this trading week. So, let's look at Nike if there is an emerging setup. So, this is simply a counter rally in this support level. So, nahanap yung support at the September 2023 low. And this is simply a counter rally, no? So, nahanap niya yung support at $90, $88. Then, it's counter rallying. Right now, you have your MA10, MA10 about to cross above MA20. So, that's in the short term, Nike, I think, is a possible buy. Pwede, bato mo lang siya for a swing trade toward $200, no, for Nike. So, that's a possible buy on support. Or actually, tapos na yung play, eh. Di naman tapos, but it's in the middle of the play na, no, for a swing trade for Nike. So, this was your prompt to buy Nike, no, actually. So, this double bottom on the lower time frame, no. So, let's look at the 2-hour time frame. So, this is a double bottom, no. Double bottom with an RSI bull div. So, RSI bull div in terms of you have your same levels of low, you have your higher low in RSI. So, that's a sign of pent-up demand. So, a sign of pent-up demand at support levels is a good sign for a stock, no? So that resulted to that counter rally. Okay, so United Airlines, in terms of transportation, is doing good. No, out of all transpo names, United Airlines is the only one who outperforms all transpo names. So United Airlines, ganda ng earnings niya actually, and maganda rin yung reaction ng market towards that earnings. So kahapon siya na-release, 2 days ago, tama ba? 2 days ago, post-market. So, ganda ng reaction. Counter rallied. Naapektuhan din yung other airline names like ULCC. So, I'm looking at ULCC as a potential bear trap setup. So, this is a possible bear trap at the base. So, a break below the base and then a 5-day recovery above its support level. No? So, this is a possible swing play toward $8 no, for ULCC. So, out of all transpo names, yun nga, malakas ang airlines right now. So, actually, looking at jets, yung ETF ng airline names, no? Na-hold yung MA100 naman so far. So, favorite support level niya, actually, ang MA100. No? After its MA100, no? Previous touch of MA100 niya, it resulted to a rally from peak to trough. No? So, kahit ito na lang, peak to trough, of around 10%. So, from this, trough to peak trough to peak, 10%. Projection natin for jets, for a counter rally or a rally, continued rally, resumed rally is toward $21. So, pwedeng jets na ibilin mo. Pwedeng jets bilhin mo. But for me, I think may mga potential setups naman in other airline names like DAL, Delta Airlines doing this constriction or continuation pattern. You have ULCC, a potential bear trap at the base. So, other names, no? JBlue, tignan natin. So, I think also a potential setup for JBlue, although you have your upcoming earnings this April 23. So, 5 days, no? 5 days. So, that's a possible volatile trigger or volatility trigger for JBlue. So, for health services, we have United Health Group, no? So, this is simply a counter rally at support level. So, nahanap niya yung support at 440 level. Sumakto din yung earnings release niya na nagustuhan ng market yung earnings niya, no? So, EPS beat 4.48% versus estimate. You have increasing revenues, although slightly lang, no? Slightly for Q1. But overall, ganda ng market reaction for United Health Group. So, for me, this no touch muna. You wait for a base building pattern or a 5-day coil, 10-day coil, then you trade the follow through of that coil. So all over the board for this trading week, we are experiencing some signs of sell-off. Although in terms of the daily heat map, we are seeing some signs of recovery, no? Specifically in utilities name, transportation names, and consumer non-durables, no? So ito yung mga green areas natin. So may broad counter rally tayo na na-experience recently. Kanina or yesterday or the last trading day. So ayun, pero you have your Mag 7 names still on a decline. You have NVDA down 3.87%. This trading day, we have AMD also down. Intel Corp also down, no? Dell, ARM down 12%. We have SMCI also down, and MU. Yung mga major semiconductor names na favorites natin are down due to this earnings released by ASML. So parang yung forward guidance with ASML, parang hindi nagustuhan ng market. But actually, okay naman yung EPS niya, although you have your revenues dropping by 4.23%. So basically, that's kind of bearish for semiconductor names. Okay, so today, no, speaking of semiconductors, we have TSM releasing its earnings right now. So EPS beat naman ng 2.7%, although flatline yung revenue natin at 18.24 billion. But for the past Q1, for the past 3 years, Q1 reports are actually lower, no? So parang revenue beat na rin yan. And I think I'm not sure, but bias ko is maganda yung maging reaction ng market toward TSM, no? So we are 10 minutes before pre-market session to be open, to start opening, or to start basically. So we shall see what's gonna happen with our semiconductor name. So balikan natin yan, no? So I mean, hindi naman i-drag, pero if maabutan lang natin, no? So let's look at TSM. So at around 4 p.m. Philippine time. So medyo risk off yung semiconductors natin. So yesterday, actually before the ASML earnings report, I was actually super bullish on semiconductors. I was looking at KLAC, ganda ng hold at MA50, but medyo pangit yung naging reaction niya toward the ASML earnings. We also looked at ADI, analog devices, although hindi pa naman super OLEDs, no? Still near MA100, no? You have your MA100 still trending upward, although you have your MA50 about to cross your MA100, so that's a sign of bearishness, no? All in all, sige, wait lang, i-clear out muna natin yung EMA10 para hindi magulo. So we have some names na sinostock natin, specifically the semiconductor sector. So MU actually I was also looking at MU holding MA20, but yesterday kanina hindi maganda yung reaction ng MU. So same with TSM, hindi rin maganda yung reaction with the ASML news. Lam Research as well, hindi niya nagustuhan. Across all semiconductor names, hindi maganda, no? Mga AI semiconductor names. Ang pinaka-resilient na lang, no, in the AI theme is, I think, VRT, more on cooling yung services niya, and on rack services, no, more on maintenance, I think, and heat management. Anyway, VRT, I think looking good pa rin naman, still consolidating above MA20 or near MA20, still hugging MA20. And if it breaks above 86, this is a possible buy for VRT. Though near earnings na rin, 5 to 6 days before its earnings release. Okay, so tapos na tayo sa semiconductor. Sorry, natenga tayo dun. But, ayun, looking at tech services, Meta, Microsoft, still down. Wala naman tayo nakikitang real outliers right now in the market. More on, for me, if susundan mo yung industry momentum na nangyayari or na-experience right now ng airlines, pwede. A 3 to 5 day counter rally is a possibility for airlinings. So pwede rin mga aerospace and defense, since we have that Iran and Israel conflict. So we have GE, we have TDG, I think, also an aerospace and defense name na may potential setup. Same with RTX. Although, lapit na ng earnings ni RTX eh. So, expecting to have some prolonged consolidation till its earnings yung RTX natin. So, RTX is actually looking at it at the big picture, doing this somewhat accumulation pattern. So, dating distribution, turned reaccumulation or accumulation. You have this bear trap from this October 2022 low, then recovered for around a week or so, around more than 2 weeks, and then continued this rally all throughout 2023, and right now consolidating near all-time high level. So RTX is a potential buy, no, in the intermediate term and even the long term. RTX, an aerospace and defense name. So, looking at gold, speaking of gold, actually, di natin nakita itong market groups natin, no? So, looking at the market segments, actually still leading ang mid-cap growth names natin and S&P 500 growth names. Although our RS and trend composite scores are reaching below or closing below 60%. So, that's my bull bear line for the RS and trend composite score. So, yun yung bull bear line ko. If that segment, if that name breaks below 60%, so that's kind of bearish na for me. Since it's based on the trend, based on the relative strength of the versus the S&P 500, and your duration weighted relative strength, no? So two components and a trend component. Okay, so yung composition, yung weighting yan, hindi ko na sasabihin, but that's the main idea. So if you have a decreasing trend score, then that's kind of bearish. So hatakin niya talaga yung composite scores natin. Okay, so moving forward, for this trading week, big declines in growth names. Basically, may somewhat resilience tayo na experience in SPY-V, in S&P 500 value name, no? So actually SPY-G versus SPY-V, may na-experience tayo dyan outperformance of value names for the past 5 days. So yun, medyo may decline tayo in SPY-V, SPY-G, SPY-V spread. Okay, so bottom line, if you're a momentum swing trader, still focus on growth names and core names, no? In S&P 500 segments. So mid caps, large caps, small caps, medyo umalis ka muna. Huwag ka muna masyadong gumalaw in small caps and even value names, no? So that's the idea. So in sectors, pinaka-resilient enough right now is communications and energy names. So above 60% of RS and trend composite scores, yung comms and energy sector natin. But ayun, no, we are experiencing some declines in the energy sector. So we have Exxon, I think, also pulling back toward MA20, one of the biggest components in XLE. So XLE is also declining, no, all in all. So maybe it will do a retest of $90, no, of our XLE. So long term, I think for me, bias ko for XLE and energy is I'm long-term bullish in XLE, no, since you have your AI megatrend na medyo power hungry. We might also possibly experience a prolonged uptrend or surge in prices in USOIL dahil sa Middle East conflicts. We don't know. Meron ka ding Ukraine-Russia war na still ongoing na really affecting oil prices. So Middle East conflicts also contributes to this surge in US oil prices. But right now, ganda ng ginagawa ng US oil for with respect to equities, no? With respect to growth equities or risk assets. So big decline in US oil yesterday at around, tingnan natin sa nag-start yung breakdown, no? So nangyari yung breakdown yesterday around 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 11 p.m. Philippine Time. So nag-start yung decline yesterday bandang bago mag-alas 12. So most likely dahil to sa I think parang due to yun nga, higher for longer narrative will affect your overall demand in consumption of oil, no? So that affected US oil prices, but that's a natural thing na experience ng US oil, no? Lakas na rin ng uptrend niya, lakas na rin ng rally niya after its neckline breakout. Na-hit niya yung 1618 target, no? So, remove natin yung drawing sa big picture muna tayo. Big picture for US oil. So, this is our main inflation marker, US oil. So, it's, sige, before we proceed dun sa TSM earnings reaction, let's start with US oil muna, no? Sige, big picture, US oil is ranging since October 2022. So, peak oil was at around Q1 2022 and natapos yung rally niya. So, it helped tame inflation, yung nag-decline yung US oil natin. But right now, it's continuing its uptrend, no? Or, I mean, it's counter-rallying toward the upper sideways range or accumulation range. Pwede rin distribution yan, di natin alam, or redistribution, we don't know. But, bottom line, we have a high probability of a retest toward $93. So that's bearish for US equities, no? If you have increasing US oil. So drilling down toward our recent structures, no? So ito yung lower bound of our trading range, 'di ba? Etong 68, 69 level. So nahanap niya yung support at this area around few months nag-consolidate and produce this inverse head and shoulder. So you have this left shoulder, you have this head and two right shoulders. So this is a sign of accumulation, 'di ba? Basically, you have a sign of accumulation in this trading structure or market structure. So right now, nag-rally yan. You are hitting your 1618 target, no, with respect to your inverse head and shoulder pattern. So 1618 target is a take profit area, a psychological take profit area. So from this base, you have your people accumulating at this level and selling it at the 1618 take profit area. So this is basically a take profit pullback, no, yung na-experience ng USOIL. Okay, so best case scenario for equities, no? Best case scenario for equities. So you have your MA50, di ba? You have your MA50 inflecting upward, supporting the short-term uptrend. So best case for equities. If it closes below MA50 and then resumes its downward move toward $68 again. So a declining US oil actually is good for inflation, 'di ba? So good for inflation. If we experience lower inflation, then you have your Fed resuming its rate cuts or baka manumbalik yung bias nila in cutting rates, no? If you have decreasing inflation. If ma-hit na yung targets nila. So medyo malayo pa siya, no? Medyo malayo pa yung Fed natin with their targets. So actually, core PCE is at 2.8%. Around that level, 2.8, 2.6%. So main target nila is around 2%, 'di ba? So 80 pa siya, 80 points. 80 yun tama, 0.80 points before they reach their target. Okay, sige, let's move forward to the TSM earnings reaction. So opening higher naman yung TSM natin. So that's good. I think we might experience some recovery in the semiconductor space. So let's look at the 15-minute time frame. So gap up, you have some initial sell down, no? So drill down natin sa 5-minute time frame. And 5-minute time frame. So you have gap up, then some buying is experienced, no? This pre-market session. Then right now you have your sellers coming in. So if we have TSM open higher and gap up above 142, 143, then we might experience a resumption of optimism in semiconductor sector. So actually, MU is opening higher, 119, 2% up. We have AA, more on aluminum naman to, sorry. So for tignan natin NVDA, no? May NVDA. So opening higher as well, 169%. NVDA. Okay, so around 33 minutes in na tayo in reviewing the markets. So actually, some good signs in macro, no? So we have this weakening in DXY. So we have a weakening in DXY crossing below 106 level. Dahil na rin sa decline in US oil, most probably. So, a declining DXY is bullish for the US market or equities, risk assets. So, right now, if we experience a bull trap in DXY or a bull trap at this level, if it creates this structure, no, yung tipong, if it creates this price action for DXY, then that's gonna be good for US equities. So, ang gusto natin is a weakening of dollar, no, para may easing of financial conditions. So, same with your US 10-year yields, no? So, a rising US 10-year yields is actually bearish for equities. So, the decline in equities is actually brought to you by a rising US 10-year yields, no? Your TNX. So, parang eto, no, yung na-discuss ko na bond yield tantrum nung July 2023 hanggang October 2023. So, since the start of its uptrend or resumption of uptrend, no, for our US 10-year bond yields or US 10-year note yields. So it broke above this RTL. So start of July, nag-rally, it retested MA50 and strongly rallied toward 5% no level. So that prompted your SPY or your risk assets to correct, since ang pinaka main mechanism niya toward US equities is they tighten financial conditions, no? So parang yung money is flowing toward safer assets like bonds, no? So that's the idea, no, behind that. That's the idea behind it, no? So you are decreasing liquidity, no, in the financial market if you have increasing bond yields. Since ayun nga, increasing bond yields decreases bond yield values or bond yield prices. If you have decreasing bond yield prices, tandaan nyo yung nangyari nung March 2023. Tandaan nyo yung nangyari nung March 2023. Yung issue with SVB. I mean, yung Silicon Valley Bank and First Republic Bank and I think may isa pang bank eh. So, yung mga banks na yun, nagkaroon ng bank run dahil parang naubusan sila ng reserves or something like that dahil dun sa decreasing bond yields, decreasing bond values na hawak nila. So, ayun, we might experience another banking failure again. Hopefully not. No? Hopefully not. But it will trigger rate cuts, no? Or another facility na will increase liquidity. No? Parang yung nangyari with the bank term funding program. No? So, way back, meron tayong bank term funding program na component in our Fed liquidity. No? So, that serves as that served as a lifeline for regional banks for the whole 2023, March 2023 toward March 2024. But right now, wala ng bank term funding program and you have your bond yields rising again. And it might prompt another, or it might trigger another regional banking failure. So, yun. No? That's it, no? So, we are experiencing a bond yield tantrum. Bond yield tantrum in the markets, no? So, ayan. US 10-year is 2-year spreads. Okay, so wala pa namang inversion. Okay. Yada. Looking at our MMTW. Our market internals. Our market breadth, no? So, right now, we are extremely oversold. So basically this tracks the quantity or the percent of stocks above their 20-day moving average or 20-day average. So right now we are at extremely oversold level, and usually if we are testing this extremely oversold level, usually doon na hit yung swing low ng market or ng risk assets. So, ipin ko lang to sa left side. Pin ko lang with the left side. Pin to left scale para makita natin. Then, natin siya. Scale through natin. Scale. Yan. So, eto yung natin. Every time we hit Every time we hit the extremely oversold level, we are hitting our bottoms. No? So, let's find another extremely oversold print. Eto, so we printed our swing low. Next is this. Although hindi niya na hit yung extremely pa, no? Hindi pa niya na hit yung extremely oversold level, which is the 15% level, no, in terms of our market model. But nasa siya, lower bound, which is 30% to 20% or 15 to 30%, I mean. So basically, this is our green zone, no? This is our green zone in terms of this market internal. So every time we are seeing market internal or MMTW hitting 30 level or 15 level, we are expecting or we should be preparing for a counter rally, no? We should be preparing for a counter rally. So ayun. if we counter rally, pwede, we might experience a possible 5% counter rally or 5% counter rally or 6% counter rally. So that's it. So that's our MMTW. So tanggalin na natin to. That's our market internals. So speaking of internals, actually, we can see some improvements in our market internals. No? So this tracks our primary market grid. No? So net advance declines, volume spikes, daily momentum ratios, and gaano kadaming names yung nag-break above their 20-day structures or breaking below their 20-day structures. So focus tayo dito, no, yung past 5 trading days. So or kahit itong past 10 trading days. So net advance declines, no. Net advance declines starting with April 12. So for the past 4 days na lang, no. So for the past 4 days, strong declines starting with net advance decline of at around negative 3.5k. Then naging 3.1k, naging 1.7k, then naging negative 1.4k. So you have some signs of improvements, no. So parang less selling. So coming from 4.5, 4.2, 3.5, 3.4, less selling, you have more buying being experienced in the market, more advances in the market for the past 10 days, for the past 5 days. Same with your volume spike data. So this volume spike data is the quantity of names na nag-break up. Ito yung mga quantity of names na nag-create ng volume spike and ended either at a green or at a red. If at a green, then pasok siya dito. If at a red, then pasok siya dito. So net volume spikes, no. We are experiencing some improvement as well in terms of rate of change. So from negative 808, then naging negative 300 na lang. Okay, so looking at the intraday momentum. So starting with April 12. Okay, sige. Ay, sorry. Pindot ko. Yeah. So April 12. So April 12. Kita natin yung daily momentum ratio, 'di ba? So ito yung quantity ng names na ito yung mga quantity ng names na up more than 5% and down more than 5%, no. So we can see some improvements in the daily momentum ratio basically, no. So that's a good sign. So same with your new 52, your new 20-day low, new 20-day high data. So from negative 1.1k, our peak net 20-day new high new low data decline is at April 16. So kahapon we are seeing some signs of improvement in this market internal. Okay, so far so good. We are seeing some improvements, although eto nasusustain lang yung net above below 20-day SMA. Some improvements in new 50-day high new low data. So from negative 1.1k nung April 16, naging negative 747 na lang siya. Okay, so So from a bottom up perspective, individually natin siya tinitingnan, no, yung mga net advance decline, volume spikes, intraday momentum, yada yada. We are seeing some signs of improvement. We are also at the extremely oversold level. So pasok yung dalawang signs na yon na we will be most likely experiencing a counter rally, no. Pwedeng 3 to 5 day counter rally, or we might resume that uptrend, no. Should we have big changes in the macro scene or macro narrative. So right now, talagang pinaka kinakaalala ng market is yung yung Iran-Israel war and its contribution toward US oil prices. So a reinflation worry equals interest rate cut worry, no? Okay, so let's move forward. So far, semiconductors are recovering. So market groups in focus for me is still your Aerospace and Defense. Your jets is in the top 10. We have nuclear mining, uranium mining, and nuclear energy names. We have semiconductors at the top 10. Saktong-sakto. We have FCG, although we have natural gas and oil and gas equipment and services still in the top 10. Metals and mining and gold miners still in the top 10. So, yan yung mga market groups and focus natin. You can look for the individual names, no? So, pwede dito sa dashboard natin, may mga new improvements tayo na ginawa, no? So, kinaka-copy-paste ko na lang to sa Play Finder natin. Then, isa-isa ko na siyang hinahanapan ng setup. So, in-add ko lang yan dyan. Although, yung iba hindi na-add ng maayos. So, for example, NEM. Hanapan ko mga gold miner names. So, isa-isa ko na siyang titignan. Look for setups. So far, right now, AEM is showing some signs of potential setup, a consolidation structure. We have yung gold, dapat gold, barrick gold to eh. So, pwede mo nang ayusin, barrick gold. So, barrick gold, pulling back, creating this bull trap. So, pass. WPM, I think, is a much better name to put your capital in. No? AEM and WPM. So, yung iba, hindi ko natitignan. So, basically, if you're part of our community, you will be having access in this BTP Market Group's dashboard. So, kinaka-paste lang namin yan. Same with our Play Finders. No, may mga hidden sheets lang dyan. No? So, kinaka-paste lang namin yan dyan. Then, we can look for setups. No? So, pumasok dyan yung USOIL. Pumasok dyan yung PGR. Schwab is also a post-earnings display. And other names. No? So, Delta Airlines, also a post-earnings display. Okay, so, hindi na natin masyado i-ano yan. Let's look at PSE. Sige. So, weekly changes, no? So, top value traded names natin is still yung mga blue chips natin. No? So, CNPF, up. SEC is up. KEP, more on dividend play ata to. APX is also up this trading week, although super nipis ng volume or value traded. We also have SPNEC, no? Down, negative 2%. So at least nag-recover siya ng above 1 peso, no? I think. So that's a good sign. Tingin ko. Hindi ko alam. So hindi na ako nagte-trade masyado ng PSE. But all over the board, we are seeing some real weakness, no? You have SM Prime down 11% this trading week lang, this trading week. So parang olats talaga yung mga property names natin right now since you have a higher for longer narrative being sustained, no? So down 11%. So nasa support level naman na siya, 28 pesos. So that's a possible setup. Just look for lower time frame setups, no? So if you're long term, there's a buy on support opportunity for SM Prime, I think. Resilient enough banking names is BPI. So ganda rin ng structure niya. Basically a flag, no? So BPI, higher for longer, higher interest rate is good for banking names. So interest income rises. They get their earnings mainly from the deposits na nai-utilize nila. So that's a development in BPI. So out of all banking names, you have your BPI the strongest actually, no, in the short term. But longer term, MBT is still the leader out of all. Although na hit niya yung all-time high level, nag-resist siya doon, no, yung MBT natin. So anyway, PSE still on strong decline. PSEi still on strong decline. Even breaking below MA100. So I think next level for PSEi is hanapan natin ng support, volume-based support. Hanapin natin yung next point of control. Ba't di lumalabas? So wala tayong volume data ata for the PSEi. So anyway, so I think for PSEi, ang pinaka support level natin is possibly is at 6.2 or i-revisit din natin 6K eh. So pwedeng counter rally toward MA100, then another wave downward 6K level. Should we have stronger dollar again and weaker peso, no? So main contributor for the decline of the local markets or the PSE is a weaker peso. So syempre, if you're a foreign investor, sobrang automatic pass ang Philippine equity. Syempre, you have that currency risk. You are in a depreciating currency. Tapos you have your weak liquidity in equities as well, no? So sa PSE, so talagang wala very reliant yung Philippine markets in foreign flows. So moving forward, let's look at the crypto space, no? Crypto space. So weekly performance, wag natin gawing market cap, gawin natin volume na lang, volume based. So tanggalin natin yung stable coins. So volume traded, syempre Bitcoin is the mother of all coins, diba? So 13% down this trading week. We also have Ethereum down 16%, Solana more than 26% down this trading week, Dogecoin 29% down, BNB down 11%, and XRP is down 21%. So malaki yung mga declines na experience ng crypto right now. So punta tayo dito. So nung nag-break below 65k yung Bitcoin, no, doon talaga nagkaroon ng issue. Okay, dito na BTC USDT. Hindi ko alam if may mga domains tayo dito. So actually Bitcoin big picture, I think okay pa naman. Near all-time high level, serving as support or should act as support. Should act as support. If hindi, then next level niyan is at 51k or even 50k, which is this previous swing high. This is your major swing high, 46k, in parallel with this swing high of this weekly consolidation. Then baka tahakin niya 47 or 50k. So gawin mo na 50k, diba? Yung round number area para for approximation and easier way to spot your support. So tignan natin yung ano natin, no, yung EMAs natin or MAs natin in the weekly. So you have your MA100 still inflecting upward, you have MA50. So overextended na rin actually yung BTC So ang layo niya na versus the MA50. So weekly 50 moving average versus price from its peak, yung swing high nung April, more than 80%, 50%. So that's a sign of overextension, and basically you will be having or experiencing profit takers pushing prices lower, no? So right now you have your EMA10 on the weekly inflecting downward. So first time yan, no, actually. So since mid 2023, you have your EMA10 on the weekly continuously on an uptrend or inflecting upward. So for the first time since August 2023, this is a bad sign for Bitcoin, I think. So may inflecting downward EMA10 on the weekly. So I think after the Bitcoin halving, usually nagkakaroon niya ng long-term hindi naman long-term consolidation, but I think usually 3-month consolidation. So let's look at event, Bitcoin halving event, BTC halving. May indicator tayo dyan. So BTC halving, event. Yan, lagyan natin dito. Uy, hindi pa naman halving, boy. April 17, kailan yan? Hindi pa halving. So May 11, yung pinaka recent na halving, no? 2020 halving. So after the halving, you have some counter rally, but overall tagal nag-consolidate ng BTC. Halos ilang buwan to? Halos 2 buwan. Nag-consolidate after the halving, no? So let's look at the all-time historical index. So let's do a quick study, no? So BTC Halving 2020 resulted to a consolidation. You have your 2016 having also a consolidation but a break below that 650 level. So 2012 having yun yung pinaka November 2012. November 28, 2012. So we experienced a 1 week rally but created this consolidation. Then it resulted to a multi-week rally, no? So 2012, I think ito yung last stretch ng QE eh. Quantitative easing eh. Quantitative easing. Anyway, hindi ko na ilalagay. Hindi ko mahanap yung indicator. So, I think one of the main reasons ba't nag-rally yung BTC noong 2012 is an easing of financial conditions. Same with 2016. Actually, 2017 na experience ng BTC yung easing of financial conditions. Also the rally, more than 1,000% yan. More than 1,000%. So, 15% halos yan. So, if we experience another wave of easing financial conditions, then your Bitcoin might produce another 300%, 200%, no? So 2020 is also a season of easing financial conditions. May QE tayo na experience dyan, no? So bandang March 2020, nagprint ng pera yung Fed. So 2024, although nasa tight financial conditions tayo, so pwedeng ma-experience natin yung 2016 drop. 2016 drop. Okay, so 2016 drop. So 2016 high interest rate environment din nata to. So puntahan natin, compare natin US interest rate, Fed funds rate. Fed funds rate. Lagay natin dito sa new pane na lang, new pane. Yun. So medyo mataas yung interest rates or Fed funds rate noong 2016. Nasa around 1%, 1% area, 0.5%. No? So if we experience higher for longer nga na narrative for this 2024 and 2025, then may hirapan yung Bitcoin. That will serve as a headwind for Bitcoin. Anyway, okay, so hindi na natin masyado discuss yan. Overall, long term, I think bullish pa naman ako with BTC. No? But short term, we might experience a pullback. No? A possible pullback or a stronger correction toward 50K? 50K? 55K? We don't know. Hanapin natin yung targets natin from this base. Yun, kakasanga at 50, 52K, 51K. No? 1:1. Okay, so that's BTC. No? That's BTC. Pucha, daming lamokata o langaw. Anyway, okay, so that ends our market review. No? So overall, we main bias natin for the US market is a counter rally. Pwede mong sakyan yung industry momentum in airlines, jets, and aerospace and defense names, and the semiconductor names, no, as well. So oil and gas, wait for better price action at support levels. So actually ARAC, one of the oil and gas names na hawak ko, breaking below MA20. So Exxon as well is also breaking below or possibly breaking below MA20, but pwedeng mag-retest lang din yan, so we don't know. But focus tayo sa sa top 10 market groups. So nandiyan yung gold, precious metals, cannabis, oil and gas, aerospace, nuclear, uranium, steel producers, semiconductors. So yun, that's our market review. I hope na nag-guide ko kayo. So it's around 4:30 PM, no? 4:30 PM. I hope na nalinawan kayo on what's happening with the markets, with crypto, with the PSE, what's happening with PSE, ba't siya nagde-decline, and the overall market narrative and current developments in the macro, no? So, yan, good luck everyone. God bless. Goodbye and happy trading. So, week 16 ngayon, no? Week 16. So, we still have 37, 36 weeks left, no, to make a killing in the markets for this trading year. So, madami pang weeks. So, huwag niyong madaliin. Wait for opportunities. Be patient enough to for your setups to emerge, then yun lang i-trade mo. Huwag mong pilitin. If you're a swing trader, be a swing trader. Stay in cash if you are prompted by your trading system to stay in cash. Huwag ka mag style drift or trading style drift, no? If you're a swing trader, don't become a day trader kasi wala kang malaro. Be patient. Yan, good luck everyone. Goodbye and God bless.